You live with intention, what you allow into your body and what you don't. Like you, Azure was well built on a higher standard. Truthful, transparent labels, every ingredient listed. No proprietary blends. Organic isn't our finish line. We go further with rigorous third-party testing beyond industry standards to verify purity and potency. Living deliberately means choosing products that align with your values. Azure Well, wellness without compromise. Visit azurelivingwell.com. These products have not been evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
You know, this is one of those topics that no one really wants to think about, but if you're a parent, a homeowner, married, or helping take care of aging parents, it's something that honestly deserves a little attention. I'm talking about estate planning. And before you tune out thinking it's complicated or expensive, that's actually why I want to mention Trust and Will. Trust and Will makes estate planning feel way less intimidating than it sounds. They offer modern, attorney-designed wills and trusts that you can create online. And the process is surprisingly straightforward. In fact, you can create a will in as little as 30 minutes. That includes things like guardianship for your kids or pets, how your assets are distributed, and even healthcare directives. Don't wait until it's too late. Protect your loved ones with Trust and Will, the most trusted name in online estate planning. Go to trustandwill.com/future to get 20% off. That's trustandwill.com/future for 20% off. trustandwill.com/future.
Brian, last team in the division last year was the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say this right, and bear with me, it's a little bit of a shaggy dog story, but did you ever, and this could be just me, so I'm out on a limb here, but did you ever have a pair of jeans that you dig out of the wardrobe and you're like, geez, I haven't worn those jeans in ages, and you put them on and you're on your way out and you're thinking, oh, why do I never wear these jeans? And you go out and you go on your way out the door and you're running for a bus and you put your keys in your pocket, you know, as you're putting all your stuff in your pocket as you're on your way out the door in a rush, and you take about 4 steps just when you're a little bit too late to return and you know the bus is coming and you don't have time to get back, and the keys slip down your leg and into your shoe, and you remember, crap, this is the pair of jeans that has the hole in the pocket. I knew there was a reason I was supposed to get that pocket fixed. Damn, I love these jeans, but I forgot there was a hole in the pocket, and now your night's kind of already on the way to being ruined because you're going to keep forgetting and you're going to end up losing something out of your pocket. The Cleveland Browns are that pair of jeans, right? You look at them and you go, damn, they nailed the draft last year, right? They got Quinshon Judkins, they got Harold Fannin, they got the defensive rookie of the year, Carson Schwarzenegger, they got Mason Graham, he was a great pick. You know, they've a young core of a team there. They had one of the best defenses in the league, regardless of the fact that overall, you know, they weren't really playing particularly well on offense. And so the defense had a lot of water to carry. You're looking at them and you're going, yeah, they got a new coach coming in. Todd Monken knows what he's doing on that side of the ball. It's all on the up and up. And then you go, oh, wait a minute, you've no quarterback. Yeah, I forgot. You had a really bad hole in your pocket there.
I thought you were referring to the jeans in which you wore in San Francisco that I saw you going out in. I had to tell you to go back and get changed. You know, car keys that night. You've made some very valid points there. Conor, you want to throw me off kilter? The man with the sticky jeans.
Well, nobody said anything about them being sticky. I just said the keys slipped out of the pocket. It was all in the pocket.
Well, this is a sticky situation. It's a sticky situation for the Browns. I think Todd Monken will want to make a statement in his first tenure as the Browns head coach in the draft. And for me, that would be a wide receiver. Now, I know Tate has been suggested between 5 and 10, Ciaran, but like they need a wide receiver and they need that position to be filled badly. So not only are they throwing the ball, so they've known to throw the ball effectively, Conor, but they don't really have any huge weapons either. So I think that's an absolute must for them. I think they'll go wide receiver. And let's not forget, they've got the 20th pick because of the Travis Hunter deal last year in the trade on the night of the draft. So you could argue they could sit pretty till 20 and essentially mop up whatever great player comes their way at 20. But I think it's a wide receiver. Is Deshaun Watson completely out of the picture for next season, Conor? I'm going to go off kilter here now because I read a report last week that don't be surprised if he's the starting QB come week 1. Everyone assumed that they'd be walking away from him. They're not going to walk away from him this offseason. I think maybe Deshaun Watson will get another reprieve and another opportunity to prove himself. And if he has a Carnell Tate to throw it to, sure, why not? Give it back to Deshaun Watson. Whatever about his off the field antics, he's probably the best quarterback they do have available to them. I'll stop there and let someone come in at 20.
As you mentioned that point, though, Brian Craig, I'll move this to you. I do think it's absolutely hilarious that the Browns, there's only one rule change being pushed at the spring owners meeting, unless the rules committee comes back with something additional. From an owner perspective or from a team perspective, there's only one rule change being pushed. The Cleveland Browns, who know more about how to ruin their franchise's future than any other team in the NFL, are the ones pushing for trades further out in the future than 3 years to be considered for draft picks. So you can now trade away 5 years of draft picks if you want. This is the Cleveland Browns who are pushing this. This time. We won't do that again, I promise.
Oh, God. I mean, one thing that Brian forgot is that they do have Pro Bowl quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who he's saying is going.
I haven't forgotten Craig. I'm eliminating him from the process. Okay, he had a few good games, but I don't think ultimately he's going to be.
He's a Pro Bowler. What are you on about?
Anybody can be a Pro Bowler.
Shane Brennan threw a couple of tight spirals at Radio Row. I think he was the next player up at the Pro Bowl. They were really.
You do look at the fact that they do have those 2 picks. I look at that second one. If they decide that they want to go full chaos theory and go for a quarterback at 24, I mean, Ty Simpson could be there. Ty Simpson seems to have a window of like 10 to 80. It's the weirdest window I've seen for a quarterback in so long, because it could be anywhere between that they go.
Malik Willis style. Do you remember he was going to be a 1st round pick and he goes in the 3rd?
Yeah. Or Shedeur Sanders. But I think that there is a very clear way that this goes. It either goes offensive tackle at 6 and wide receiver at 20. It's 24? Did you say 20?
Yep.
Or was it 24?
Yeah, the Jags pick.
24.
Yeah, 24.
And third pick. And the 3rd pick of the draft. Yeah. Pick 3 in the 4th round.
Is it?
6? No, it's 6 and 24.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, 6 and 24.
It's 6 and 24 in the document you prepared, Brian, for the show.
So, They either go offensive tackle at 6 and wide receiver at 24, or they go wide receiver at 6 and offensive tackle at 24. It's the only 2 positions they're clearly going to go in that first round, because it's the 2 biggest positions that they are absolutely atrocious at. They have got Zion Johnson at offensive tackle. They need to, on offensive guard, but they need to secure those edges. Is it Francis Mawangoa? I think he's probably going to be the top option for them. They're probably going to take the offensive tackle first. He does have that Will Campbell T-Rex arm issue that we could potentially see. So whether they decide to pass on that, I don't know. But there we go. Beggars can't be choosers, eh? Wide receiver, they have Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, and Isaiah Bond, which is not must-see TV. So they could literally pick up Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Makai Lemon, Omar Cooper Jr., Casey Conception, and still upgrade that position for wide receiver 1, no matter which of those 6 that they take. So I can't look past those 2 positions.
But if they do overall, Ciaran, nail this draft, joking aside, they have a core of amazing young talent across that roster. Yeah, okay, they do not yet have the quarterback, but they could be in a great position for the 2027 draft.
Could be in a great position for the 2037 draft, the way they act.
Or they could trade away all their picks for a bag of magic beans. It could go either way.
Exactly. And I'm inclined to agree with Craig in who they're picking at 6 and 24. I mean, there's a couple of variables we're looking at here. Monken comes in, Jim Schwartz, I don't want to say beloved by the defensive core, but I mean, he had that defense playing out of the mind. I mean, they were a top 5 defense all season, playing when there was nothing on the line.
They got lots of practice last year.
They did, and they had Schlesinger, and this secondary of theirs is often forgotten about. Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, Ronnie Hickman, Tyson Campbell. That's a great unit right there. So the focus for them right now, and especially Monken being an offensive coordinator, former offensive coordinator, and probably will be in about 2 years, is wide receivers and tackles. I do like the kid Spencer Fano out of where's he from? Anyway, he's a big dude, nice tackle. Him and Maui Go will probably be the first 2 tackles going. I think they're going to go wide receiver at 6, but Something to look out for. Jeremiah Love out of Notre Dame. If he doesn't go in the top 5 picks, which is being suggested right now, if teams start getting a little leery about a running back going in the top 10, don't be surprised if the Browns decide to pair him up with Quinshon Judkins. Now, him lasting until 6 is a stretch, but it is a distinct possibility. And those two, that could change a huge dynamic for Cleveland. I mean, that'll take the ball out of Shedeur / Dylan Gabriel / Deshaun Watson / whoever else is going to go behind center. So that's going to be a huge addition if that's the case. But I do think in pragmatic terms, like Craig said, it is going to be tackle and it is going to be wide receiver in whichever iteration it is, 1-2, 2-1, whichever way they want to do it in the first round. So, but I mean, again, like we're saying, the quarterback is the big question. I don't think anyone can really have any confidence in Shedeur Sanders leading the team, or Dylan Gabriel leading the team, or Deshaun Watson doing anything after being out of the game for so long. So they did get some nice help with the O-line, but it's got to be offense. They've got to add some weapons. That was much like, not as bad as Pittsburgh, but that was some tough games to watch with the Browns on the ball.
Is there anything to be said for another year of Joe Flacco?
Conor, can I jump in for a quick sec? Now that I have my draft order back in action and not looking at some outdated draft board, the Cardinals should take Jeremiah Love at 3. I don't care about the fact that they're high up. You look at what they have, don't really have a proper quarterback starting next season. He would take an immediate pressure off that offense. He's a stellar player. You could argue he's the best player in the draft. They should absolutely take him at 3. But will they panic because it's too high up the board? We'll see. But for me, they should take him. Absolutely. I hope they don't. But because as a team of 5, I'd like to see take him. We all know that is. But I think they should be, house of cards, take the Love.
That is your Cleveland Browns draft preview. Check out our previews for all 32 NFL teams wherever you get your podcasts on the Irish NFL Show.
The Bleacher Report app is your destination for sports. Right now, the NBA is heating up, March Madness is here, and MLB is almost back. Every day there's a new headline, a new highlight, a new moment you've got to see for yourself. That's why I stay locked in with the Bleacher Report app. For me, it's about staying connected to my sports. I can follow the teams I care about, get real-time scores, breaking news, and highlights all in one place. Download the Bleacher Report app today so you never miss a moment.
Every day, the world gets a little weirder and a lot more awesome. Cool Stuff Daily takes a look at everything from mining in space to the latest in the fight against cancer to how AI is, basically changing everything. It's all the cool stuff you didn't know you needed to know. Join us for Cool Stuff Daily as we take a quick look at science, tech, and the wait, what stories that make you sound way smarter at dinner. Subscribe to Cool Stuff Daily now, because the future's happening fast, and it's way too fun to miss.